So this is Eclipse. Eclipse is 3 years old. She came. A farmer had found her in the middle of a field. He'd actually had thought that she he thought that he had run over her. She can be a little spicy, but he did not, obviously. When she was found, her left eye there that she's missing is it was completely white. And we took her to the vet and found out that she had glaucoma in that eye. So she was completely blind, and they removed it. What'd you see? You're not used to being down on this level, huh?
Yeah.
Miss Apex. Huh?
Yeah.
Miss Apex.
She's like, so low.
But when that eye was removed, because of her age, we could not find a nest for her, or because of her, she also hadn't learned any instincts or anything yet, so she couldn't be released back to the wild because of that. So we made her an ambassador, and now she kind of does what she wants.
She's not used to the
Live
procedure
streams.
for the live stream, yeah.
Yeah, but she's doing really great though, as far as with no gear on. She's doing good. She usually does okay inside of her enclosure.
And this is her first live stream, and it's a little bit different for the bird here. Mm-hmm. And it can take a little while for them to adapt and get used to new people and new equipment.
Yes, for sure. Everything is danger.
Yep. Birds are very curious by nature, but also very wary. Mm-hmm. Even the apex predator.
Yes, these guys are the apex predator. They don't really have any enemies. They will eat. Their diet is very varied. They'll eat just about anything. Can you get her on there?
Yeah, I just gotta play with it.
So that way she's not flying back and forth.
She's like, okay, now I just. And respect is definitely a given.
Swift flyers are smaller, so that way they can get around faster than the females. While they sit in the nest and they bring the food to the female.
And the male
faster than the females. While they sit in the nest and they bring the food to the female.
And the male
nighttime, and then the red tails will rob their nest during the daytime. So really, that's their only competition as far as that. But
guys, the red tail, honestly.
Yeah, the red tails are pretty big, so they can, fight too.
Yeah, thinking about Comet size wise, she's about as good as Eclipse is. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little heavier. I don't know. I have not.
Yeah, and they can they can get up to about 500 psi with their and they squeeze until there's versus you have your falcons who will fly and knock them out.
She's getting more comfortable.
Activity, these guys can live about 2 to 5 years. 20 to 25 years.
I was like, what?
So, in the wild, maybe protection. Because of all of that fighting and all of the either getting hit by cars or lead poisoning or rodenticide.
So we really try to get people to switch to hormone control methods, which
it makes them sterile, so they can't reproduce, and eventually the population will die out. The problem with rodenticide is it actually takes a while for it to build up in the rat system or mouse's system. So by the time the owl or hawk gets that, there's no saving it, unfortunately.
She's challenging me on this camera angle. She's good to see her so active. She's such a beautiful girl.
Very, very good bird.
And why do they have a tendency of having, so many car strikes and stuff? Is there something about their hunting strategy?
So a lot of it is they trash on the road. That trash bring rodents and stuff. So they're like, that's an easy source. These humans are giving us a food source. So obviously that's going to be on the side of the road. And then when they fly down to get that, they can be sitting there and not see the car coming, not get up fast enough, or they could be laser focused on a prey chasing it, and that prey could be going across the road and they get hit.
I know that's the, but do they use more hearing or more sight?
For the great horns,
Yeah.
all the owls use more of their hearing than the sight. Obviously, well, guys like this, they can hunt during the day or night. That the eyes are an indicator of when they do hunt. So usually they're crepuscular, which means they're hunting at twilight. They didn't want to go hunt.
No one wants to move when it's
No
cold.
one wants to do that. No. So they do have enough for don't eat anything. Or for them to eat their own.
They eat their own?
Can, yeah.
I did not know that.
I mean, they're opportunists too, so if it's there, you know, they're gonna go after it.
I know that they fish a little bit.
The great horns?
Yeah.
They may. I know the bar, they prefer the crustaceans, the crayfish, and they do also eat snakes and whatever. Unless you're a mouse tail. Yeah, you're active today, girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm getting some exercise today. She's not used to seeing me in here, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, it's usually just her and I.
look at that, pretty showing off.
Their little horns at the top there you see are actually, they're not ears. They do nothing for the ears. They're called plumicorns. And what they do is they are a source of communication, but also for camouflage. So these guys you'll find up in the big pine trees. And so if you look at their color of their feathers, is very close to what a pine tree would look like. In the little plumicorns, they're thought to help break up the silhouette of their body when they're up in the tree, so they don't actually look like an owl.
Yeah, I've seen the screeches.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, the great horns will do that. So sometimes the owls, when they get nervous, they'll actually.
I've seen them do it, just I think because, you know, I don't see them a lot of it, but if you look at like the screech owls' camouflage behavior, it's really similar.
Yeah, they're very similar, and all the owls will do that. They'll get skinny like that, and they'll also do the puffing out when they're, you know, trying to be
big wing.
Yeah. But also the communication too. They different places, the way they hold them mean different things. Like right now, I would say she's curious. She's bouncing around, checking things out. If they were standing straight up, she would probably be on guard.
Yeah.
And then also slick back, they're like nervous, scared.
When I came in and they were like straight up, she's not moving. She's definitely relaxed a lot.
It's really cool though how different they look when they do go skinny and they suck in all their feathers. They look a completely different bird. Yeah.
And how they look like a turkey when they do big wings.
Yeah, and what they'll do too for one of their defense displays is they will get really low to the ground and they'll rock back and forth and they'll stick out both wings to make them look as big as they can. And the great horns, their wingspan can get up to 6 feet. And they can get up to 5 or 6 pounds as far as weight goes. Most of it is feathers and muscle. If you actually look at their skeleton on the inside, it's tiny and funny looking. And you can see just how big their eyes are in a scale, or like how the sockets are. With owls and hawks, their eyes are not round like ours, and they're actually elongated like sausages. And it's held in place by an orbital bone that actually goes to the back of it. Their eyes are so long you can actually see them at the back of their ears if you were able to lift their little ear flap they have. Which
I would not try with Eclipse.
Barred owls have some of the biggest ear flaps, so it's really easy to see theirs. And most of the owls, actually, their ears are asymmetrical, which means one's up high and one's down low. And it helps with triangulating sound. So use all the feathers in that disc on their face. They can move them around individually to be able to figure out where that sound is coming from. You got anybody watching?
A few have come in. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions, we do try to keep these live short. You know, we don't want to go on too long. You know, we don't want to go on too long. If you have any questions, you can, you know, text us, DM us, and then we can always, you know, get back to you with the answer. Because this is new equipment for Eclipse, you know, we only want to dedicate a certain amount of time and then give her space back.
Birds do get stressed very easily. It could be very immune system. So the slightest bit of stress can lower their immune system, which could cause them to get sick faster and easier. Which right now she's not stressed. She's just kind of looking around. She probably hears that ambulance in the distance.
We hear it. She definitely hears it.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, and they also have binocular vision. So they can see way farther than we can. I'm not sure exactly how far they can see, but one of the cool things about their eyes, they can also dilate those differently too. So they can control one could be looking up close and the other one could be looking out in binocular vision.
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier how when they get interested, sometimes you can tell because the pupil dilate and contract.
And they'll also, so right now her pupil's pretty big in the one eye, but she's also, it's overcast.
And then you see all the bright yellow. And then you see all the bright yellow.
Her eyes are pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, had her eye taken. Why?
When she was a baby, a brancher, they're leaving the nest. They're not quite flying, but they're taking a step out of the nest to explore on the branches and stuff like that. So they call them a brancher.
Okay.
And then after that, you have then we call them a fledgling. The more they are fledgling, obviously, then they move into, once they've done that, they move into what's called juvenile, and there'll be a juvenile one. There's little sirens there.
Yeah. Hopefully everything is good out there.
And you see that patch underneath her beak there. Inside there, that's actually exactly what it is. They'll pant like a dog does. It's called a gular flutter. And they'll do it when they're stressed, when they're overheated. Sometimes they'll just do it to do it. I think I've seen them do it, and just when there's nothing going on. So
I don't think I've ever heard Eclipse vocalize. Ever.
I've never, other than the hisses and the claps.
Yeah, don't count.
But she does make noise. She actually has a great horn owl that visits her at night. So he does come over and they'll talk back and forth. What is out there?
I don't. It sounds like footsteps, but nobody would be like.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a little wren or something.
A squirrel, maybe. It is nesting season.
Yeah, they nest twice a year. Squirrels do. Yeah. You moving away from me. I'm not going to push you up anymore.
But I'm comfy today. I don't want to go down.
She eats about, she's actually down 2 grams now.
Oh, is she?
Mm-hmm. Their metabolism is slowing down a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to eat a little less. Sometimes they eat more.
After this, she's going to, probably go devour those mice.
Yeah, she won't eat with us. Or she might, I don't know. But
I don't know.
She's eaten in front of me before.
Last time I got up the courage to give her a mouse, she threw it back at me. So they have personalities.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of personalities.
Yeah, and each bird that comes in
at me. So they have personalities.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of personalities.
Yeah, and each bird that comes in should be treated as they're unique, because they are unique and every situation is different. Yeah. Every circumstance is different.
Well, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and thank you, Dawn, for giving us that wonderful Q&A. And again, any questions, comments, feel free to let us know, and we will always try to get the best information back to you. So thank you, guys.